Hi all, Daniel here from FX City. Just want to share with you a quick video on my latest system. If you want the full rules to the system, you'll see in the description below a link to the blog post. In there are the full rules, including how to manage each trade, stop losses, target prices, etc, and a lot of which I'll cover up in the video anyway. So I'll take it away. We use two moving averages in this system. Simple moving averages, a 150 and a 300, and it really is quite simple. What I'm looking for is the price to be moving in one particular direction. So i.e., if we're looking at a long trade, the shorter moving average, the 150, will be trading above the 300. If we're looking at a short trade, it will be vice versa. So the 150, the shorter moving averages, will be below the 300. So in this case, you can see here price has crossed over, and quite clearly we're in an upwards direction. So what I want is for this to retrace right back and touch, or if not almost touch, and I mean very closely almost touch, these 2 points here I wouldn't trade at. I think they're too far away. I want the price to come right back and either touch or almost touch, or even sort of break through the 150. I'm going to use Forex Tester 3 to demonstrate this system. So if any of you are interested, I'll also include a link to Forex Tester 3 in the description as well. It's a really good piece of software. You can test systems over 10 years plus worth of data, so I highly recommend anyone giving that a go. Alright, so let's take it away. Just want to wait really for price to turn back and hit the, there we go. So we're looking for price to retrace back, and once it has hit or has broken through the 150 SMA, we need price to stall. So what we're looking for are like doji patterns similar to this one, so the little spinning tops. And we have one that's formed here as well, which is perfect, because now I will use this, a candle like this, something that shows that price is stalling, as a way to enter the trade. So I'm going to make a new order from here. My stop loss, my stop loss, I'm going to put just underneath the 300 period, and my take profit, I'm going to put exactly the same amount of pips away, so that was 361 pips, but obviously in the upwards direction in this case. Take it there. Now for demonstration purposes, my lot size is just going to be 0.1, but for this system to work consistently, you need to make sure that the risk per trade is the same throughout all your trades. So for example, if this was 100 pips, say from here to here is 100 pips, then you would, if your, for example, if your maximum risk was $100, then you would be safe in knowing that you put £1 a pip on this trade. So you would risk $100 and make $100. I wouldn't advise doing anything more than 2% of your account. Alright, so we've got our trade on here, and let's see how it pans out. Seems to have dropped below a little bit. Not concerned until obviously it nears my stop loss, and there we go, we were out. So I'm going to continue this and just see if we get another entry. I would probably consider this and even this to be a good entry point. As you can see, I did mention before, if it very closely nearly touches the 150, we can get in there. So either of these points would be good for an entry. I'm going to do the same again. Stop loss just below the 300 period, and the take profit the same amount of pips in the other direction. Okay, now let's see how this pans out. Yeah, and we're out again for another positive trade. Now I've tested this over probably 10 years worth of data, and the hit rate for winning trades on the euro US dollar is about 71%. I'll keep going with this until we get a losing trade, just to show you what can happen. But you can see how powerful this is in trending markets. So this would be our next entry. So see this here, touches the 150 SMA. It's a hanging man, so it's another stalling reversal type candlestick, and I'm going to look to get in here. 287 and 287. Okay. Remember, consistency is key. So if I didn't amend my lot size on that one, but if for example I was risking 100 pips on the last two trades, I want to make sure that I'm only risking not 100 pips, sorry, $100 on the last two trade. I want to make sure I'm only risking $100 on this trade too. So however many pips away it is, you need to adjust your lot size so that the risk comes to $100, or however much your 2% of your account lets you trade for. Okay, so we're in there for another positive trade. You can see how powerful this is in these markets, in trending markets even. Okay, so we've got another entry point here. Price has actually crossed over in this case, and we can see this hanging man again, which is another stalling reversal type of candlestick, and I'm going to get in. Price just below there. Oops. And let's see how this one pans out. Okay, perfect. So again, another winning trade, no complaints. Just want to go through something. Now you can see here, in theory this should have been an entry for another trade. However, I do state in the rules that if when you get into a trade, what we're looking for really is price to move above our last exit point and then come back down before we trade again. So as you can see here, price never really moved any higher. So there's no real signal of the trend continuing just yet. So I want price to move up and then retrace back down before I actually take another trade. So I'm not going to take this one. Okay, so if price retraces back down now to the blue line, I would take another trade at that. Okay, so here would be my next entry. I just want to explain to you that I didn't take these because in my opinion they're a little bit too far away from the 150 period SMA. It looks like they would have been successful, but the key is to make sure that you follow the rules. And yeah, I just probably wouldn't have taken the risk on these. So let's go again with this one. and we're out. So there's an example of a losing trade. Obviously this isn't a 100% guaranteed system. The point is that you're risking 1-to-1 and you win a lot more often than you lose. So for the euro dollar, as far as I've tested, and that's over 10 years worth of data, you win roughly 71% of the time. Or okay, exactly 71% of the time according to my stats. And that's really why it works. So for every sort of 1 that you lose, you're winning 3, and if your risk to reward is the same, you're always going to be up. Okay guys, I just want to show you how I would do this for a short trade. So this is the last trade that we just took. As you can see, that one was a loser, it failed. Price has crossed now, the 150 has crossed below the 300. So at this point, now that we've determined it is going in the downwards direction, I'm going to wait for a retracement up to the blue line, and look for a stall and perhaps a reversal candlestick before I enter. And there it is. So you can see it's a reverse hanging man, or a hammer, or however you want to call it. This candlestick here, which indicates that price is reversing or stalling. So I would use this for my entry. Stop loss just above the 300, and we want to make this the same amount of pips away, so that was 510. That's close enough. Again, if my account allowed for me to be risking $100 per trade, I would make sure that I adjusted my lot size so that the risk there was $100. Very important that all your trades are consistently the same. And yeah, very quickly we're out of that one as well. So that's how you do a short trade using this system. Okay guys, well, I'm going to leave it at that. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, then please give it a like and subscribe to the channel, because I'll be doing many more. Remember guys, there is a link to the article in the description, so if you're interested in knowing the full rules and exactly how to put this into practice, please do read the article first. And there'll also be a link in the description to Forex Tester 3 if anybody's interested in this piece of software. It is an amazing piece of software, saves you thousands of dollars on actually testing systems out before putting them into practice. Alright guys, thank you.